Da-na-na-na. All right, there's a new episode that just came out.
Creepcast. Today we are doing a very, very highly requested story, which usually means that it's a troll recommendation of some kind, and from the giddy nature of Isaiah's reaction when I told him we were reading this today, I
Those
could
are the
tell
best
that we
ones,
are in
though.
for a slog. Also, this is a mountain of a story that we're gonna have to climb. I am, of course, talking about a story called Happy Appy. Now, before you even get into
know that
anything,
one.
Isaiah, because I don't know what we're about to go into.
Right.
At the beginning, we're on fandom. We're on creepypastafiles.fandom, whatever.
I'm just
and at the
shaking
top,
that
it
it's
just says
live.
Happy Appy,
All right.
and it says the following are entries of a blog that are constantly updated. The blog seems to talk about a show called Happy Appy. Okay, so now we're getting into Candle Cove kind of territory, I can see.
Right.
But then also here, for the audio listeners, I will try to best describe this. There is a photo that says a photo of Happy Appy at the playground, and it is a literal apple with big fat fucking
That
green
creepy
lips
looking
on
thing.
a stick. He has two human arms, tiny human arms,
fuck
and
is
it's
that?
I would assume a pixelated or filtered photo of an apple on a playground. And I feel almost insulted because the apple looks like something that I would draw. So there's that.
Don't cut yourself that hard. It's it's okay. So
Yeah, your art style is
I've
pretty
been
cool,
trying
actually.
to find information on the author, and I found him, I think. But it's so frustrating because anytime I try to find it on the wiki or whatever, they're like, well, the author is, and then it's a character from the story. It's like, well, Happy Appy was created by, and it's another character from the story. It's like, just let me, I get what you're doing. I'm all for it. I understand your lore and stuff. It's, that's not what I'm here
Yeah,
for.
it's cute. We're cute.
Yeah, who wrote it? who did it? But I think I found the creator.
That's so frustrating, though.
On Twitter, which is actually, I didn't know this until we started recording now. They go by Happy Appy Maker on Twitter.
Oh, that's nice.
And they wrote the original story, and they're currently rebooting it. So
Why?
Oh, good.
it's like, I think the story's what, 14 years old now?
Oh,
13, 14
okay,
years
yeah.
old?
Yeah, if it's that old,
So it's
yeah.
like they made the story when they were younger, now they're rebooting it. I think that's cool. That
Yeah,
being
that's cool.
said, the original story is not something that we're going to forget.
The following episode
Oh, it's
contains
that
the worst
bad?
pasta story we could find. Seriously, it is terrible. You are a listener beware.
Oh,
And we're going to talk
is it
about
actually
today. So
bad?
then you guys,
Oh.
what I want you to do is when the reboot of this story comes out, we'll share it or mention it somewhere, mention it on an episode. You can go support
Okay, I'm
it,
excited for this
and
episode.
you will now have context for where it was.
If it's actually
and you'll
purposely
get to
awful,
see where it
I'm
went.
gonna love it.
Depending on how this episode goes too, maybe we can touch on that as well. Maybe we can get the blessing of the author and touch on the rehashed version of this. But from what I'm seeing here, it looks like it is 57 blog posts starting from February 23rd of 2011 all the way to July 17th of 2012. Now, do you think that this was the actual date of their upload, or is this just the context of like that's
I'm
like the
pretty
narrative
sure
device they're
that's
using?
when they uploaded. I think that's accurate. Hold on. When did Happy? The thing that I was like laughing to myself so hard, Hunter, and I'm like, I'll save it to the episode. I searched I was trying to find the author. I'm like, Happy Appy author, Happy Appy author, and I put Happy Appy name, and the first result I got said, where is it? Appy, born Herschel Albert, also known as Happy Appy, is the
Okay.
title character.
You're telling me that the fictitious apple that I'm looking at that has tiny human arms, his name is Herschel Albert?
Born Herschel Albert, but I guess now
Born, of course.
legally changed.
That's
to
nice.
Of course, right.
Appy.
Well, he did go down to the courthouse. He had it changed, but I do love that I was born Herschel Albert,
Herschel Albert.
which I will say is a great name. There's not enough Herschels anymore, is there?
No, gosh, no.
Kind of
Nah.
like a Hershey, kind of like it's a very sweet name, which feels like it feels good. A Herschel feels good for an apple.
Well, the
Yeah,
oldest,
that's a good
the
name.
only Herschel I can think of is the guy off The Walking Dead. That's the last Herschel I know that, like, in modern pop culture, they just don't exist anymore. It's Herschel from The Walking Dead, and it's Happy Appy. That's the two Herschels that have ever been in
Those
media.
are
I
the
know
two
one.
Herschels, and I
I'm forgetting,
demand-
but I know one.
demand that if there's any
damn
buddy
it.
in the audience that is getting ready to have a child and they're choosing names, whether it be boy or girl, I demand a Herschel.
thank God.
Which, Isaiah, can we talk about your child at all?
Yeah, we can. We can talk.
Well,
about
I just wanted to say publicly, congratulations on a
Thank you.
healthy.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Was the
I
pregnancy
forgot.
hard? Did you fight hard?
just
for
had
the
a kid.
pregnancy?
Oh, me? Yeah, really.
Congratulations,
suffered
Isaiah,
and
man.
endured a lot, and it was a lot of pain and strife for me.
Now, if
Nah,
I remember correctly
congratulations,
on the
man.
last episode, I did say that you gave birth. I forgot what they said. I forgot. I think I said that they found a collection of things. I'd have to we can replay the clip. They found a collection of things in your womb or whatever. But it was a healthy. I let them know that it was a healthy pregnancy.
Wait, what are you talking
You know,
about?
everything. That last week when I recorded.
What did
while
you?
you
So
were-
I haven't seen that yet. What did you do?
You don't have to worry about it.
What
I just know
did you
that,
just
know
read
that it
an
was not
episode?
good.
Did you just read
I
an
did.
episode? Okay.
I did an entire
Yeah.
episode by myself.
I saw
and
like
I
a
will tell
few
you,
minutes of that.
I'm gonna say the episode has not even been out, and I already.
And
know
then my
the comments
controller
are-
ran out of battery,
are
so I
like,
stopped.
This is a duo show. This is not a solo show.
Mhm.
All right, and I could feel that while reading it. My dyslexia, which I don't even know if it's dyslexia. I think I just might be very stupid. But it was hard. It was hard to get through. But it was a nice little. It was a story about. It's like.
Ooh.
What the fuck was the story? It was like a guy. Oh, they're peeping. It's like supposed to be kind of funny, where it's like these guys are checking out the hot neighbor next door, and it turns out that she's like a witch or something, and then it's like ends up being an old man, and like the guy like gives the old man like a hand job or fucks the old guy. It's very odd. It was very strange.
That's
If
a
I remember
What?
right,
very Hunter's story to read.
if
on
I
your
remember,
own.
if I remember correctly, it was it started out kind of fun, and then it just had no idea how to stick the landing, which is 99.9% of the stories we read on this channel.
God damn.
Right. Okay. So you just you read it on your own and like you did bits with yourself and things like that.
So no,
Yes,
I
you
didn't
did.
do that because I didn't want to be like a schizophrenic man.
We wouldn't want that.
I streamed it on Patreon, and I was able to interact with the chat there, so I at
Okay,
least had some
okay.
kind of wall
I see.
to look at and have some kind of feedback, because there was times where I was confused. I felt I was like, why am I? If I was reading it to myself, it would feel much grosser.
Mm-hmm.
The story would have been harder to digest if there wasn't people there.
That would be a lot to. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be. It'd be par for the course for you, but to just be going insane in yourself by
Oh.
a room, well, that's not true. You normally have Nick and like your Papa Meat recordings and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
some-
Well,
you're
usually
not
you're here, so
alone.
I'm alone. I was alone that time, so all I had was the chat, and I was yelling back to them, but sadly no one could answer.
What-
So
which-
it was
which-
just all text.
which I will say publicly to everyone,
The hell?
Hunter did me a huge service because I was in the trenches of newborndom and like waking up every 2 hours to feed the baby. And
That's a
stuff
good-
like that. And it was
good
a
way
lot,
to
and Hunter was
describe it.
like, I'll make it happen. Don't worry. You focus on the kid. That was very cool of him. That was very kind, and I really appreciated it, man. It means a lot.
Well, I would hold the apology, because if I'm remembering now that in the last episode I did say that you named your daughter Tonka.
Oh.
The truck, which that was misinformation that I did. My mom, I do remember as well that my mom and grandma walked in during the episode, and I told them that as well, and they did that thing where they're like, "Oh, cute," and you can tell they're being nice, but so there is at least a handful of people out there that believe that
Who
your
think
daughter's
I
name is
did.
Tonka.
Tonka. I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Misdirection. Did you say it was a daughter in the episode?
I don't think I did. I think I just said his baby's name's Tonka.
But you did.
Oh, it is
but
a
you did
daughter.
right now.
Okay.
What?
Say it's a daughter.
Congratulations, man.
It's a girl.
Oh well, I did right now, yes. Which we can bleep that if that's the case. If the gender is supposed to be unknown.
It's just funny. 'Cause
All right.
you keep, like
How much?
you just keep dropping hints and details every time you talk about.
I'm sorry. You know what? Oh, well, let me ask you. How private are you going to be with your child? Are you going to be one of those
Super
influencers
private,
that
please.
blast
Yes.
their child, and
No.
they take photos with them and stuff? 'Cause they're
No.
just like, let you into my let my followers into my life and my my family. Or are you going to be somebody where it's like you take the candid photo, but you like fucking redact their face out of it?
So I think
Yes, please.
what's crazy when you said blast your child, it's not like you meant shooting your kid. It's like, well, that's kind of
His
intense.
skull is OP.
Are you gonna be one of those YouTubers that goes crazy and kills their
That boss
family?
fight was quick as
Maybe.
fuck.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm a little hesitant about the name. Yes, it's a girl. Yes, we had her and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. I would not say that I would not give.
Yeah, I wouldn't give the name, and I also don't think I'm gonna post any pictures of her, just because it may sound weird to some people, but I want her
Mm-hmm.
to have the ability to not just, especially in like your early life when you're in high school and you don't really have like, a big stake in yourself. I want her to have the option to not just be tied to me. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't want it to be like, oh, she goes to high school and she already has a ton of followers because of her dad, or like, she's been in a bunch of YouTube videos.
Makes sense.
For one, it can make her spoiled. But also, like, it will never be perfect just because of the nature of the career, but I want her to eventually have the opportunity for as much anonymity as is reasonable for her to have. I just wanted to have that option. Now she may get like 13, 14 and be like, yeah, I don't care. I want to stream
Probably.
Minecraft.
It should be
whatever.
ultimately
It's like, whatever.
the child. It should be like when
Probably,
the child has a cohesive, like a conscious enough mind. It should be like their decision.
Who knows if
you know
YouTube
what I
is
would do?
even going to
What I will
exist?
do when I have my fourth or fifth child, whenever I have
It was Cotton Asphalt was the name, right?
Right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to give people so they feel like they're a part, because people love that parasocial aspect of like being with the creator. So they're like, oh, so I'm not going to show any photos, right? But I will draw my own kid pictures. Like I'll be like, oh, look what Tonka drew today. It'd be that. And then you start, and then you completely, so then that way when Tonka grows up, then people are like, oh, but no, his kid was like that person who drew like the kept drawing the goat man or whatever. You know what I mean? And you're sitting there and it's like, yeah, I don't know. She's really fascinated with that. And I would have horrible progressions for Tonka. Yeah, she has schizophrenia and she's talking to the shadow man. She's talking to the hat man
What
or
the
whatever
hell?
it is. And I would besmirch my daughter's character, but in an attempt to completely divert my actual child's existence, right? So it would be, the scent would be so far removed that my child would hopefully be able to live a normal life.
Yeah, I think I think you're going to create a red herring trail of a much worse possibility, and then she's not going to be that, and that'll be how she gets by. It's interesting.
I could really see myself falling into the trap of just becoming this child that I'm making up. So I become Tonka over time. Like I mentally just collapse in on myself like a dying star.
Yeah, you're speaking to yourself, like you're monologuing with yourself. Yeah, I see.
Tonka's dirty, like that kind of thing.
Ew.
And Tonka needs to take a bath, whatever. And like I'm alone in a room, rocking back and forth, or something.
I will say for like the kid thing, I'm also it's weird to just pretend like it didn't happen.
Legendaries.
Because it's such a part of your life at some point, right? Especially like as we cover, like I'm reading The Road right now, which is about like a father and a son, and it's like
what a horrible book to read right after you.
I did it on purpose.
I feel like give it. Did you really?
Well, I was gonna read it before Kayla got pregnant. I was gonna reread it, and then when she got pregnant, I was like, what if I waited till after the kid was born? Because funny enough, the reason Cormac McCarthy wrote The Road is because his son was born in the UT hospital, I think Fort Sanders.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Fort Sanders. It was UT. Anyway, he was born in a hospital in Knoxville. And the day that his son was born, he was holding him and he looked out and there was a storm approaching and the sky was gray and like cloud was dark. And he thought about how much he loved this kid and everything he could do to protect him. And that idea developed into The Road.
Oh.
So when I had my daughter
That's a great,
at a hospital
great idea.
in Knoxville, I looked out over the skyline and saw the same thing, like the gray clouds and all that.
That's
and
beautiful,
had the same
man.
thought of like, I completely get what McCarthy was going for. I understand. Because I will say, like, there may be jokes, there may be me griping about, oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm up late, stuff like that. The greatest things that have ever happened to me,
Hell yeah, man.
in my life have come because God allowed me to love a woman. I love this woman very much, and
Beautiful,
now He's allowed me to do it again with someone else, another woman that's a part of this family who.
Aw.
Oh, thank you, man.
I feel,
oh, your daughter. Okay.
Thank you. As I was saying that out loud, I'm like, this is almost a little too sappy. Thank you.
No. That's great,
You
man.
know what? And I'll
We
say
need
this
more
too,
people like
and
that.
We can go into the story after this. Is I will say, even if you never said another word and you did pretend it didn't happen, that is your right.
Yeah.
We need more good
you
examples,
don't
I
owe
say, man.
anybody a goddamn thing.
I agree. I don't
just
think
wanna say.
I don't think I owe anyone anything. But also to be like, I want to talk about experiences that
Oh, sure.
Of
lets me have and
course.
stuff like that. So there's a balance. There's a balance between like I want her to be her own person, but also she's so much a part of who I am as a person now. That I don't know. I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm also a dumb YouTuber. I may mess up with some of that, but she's a blessing. She's a godsend. So, but yeah, well, all that to say, thank you, Hunter, for supporting me and helping me out in the time of need and all that. And yeah, but I'm reading The Road to Hurt Myself, so we'll see how that goes and things like that.
That's fun. That's good. And if in the future we have any other solo episodes or something like that, then just know that it is just for that reason of helping out a co-host. So
Appreciate it, buddy.
That's what it is. All in all, though, February 23rd, 2011.
Hey,
also, we're 20 minutes in. I just want to say, hey, thanks for the patrons who support this channel.
Yes.
Also, for Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners as well, be sure to give us a nice rating and check us out over there. If you're listening to this on YouTube or if you're working around, I see so many people be like, I listen to this when I'm doing my chores.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Yep.
Stop doing the fucking chores. Sit down and listen. All right?
I do it while I
This
play
one,
video games.
Put it down and pay attention. All right.
My god.
and also, Hunter.
And if I see fucking comments, and I hate to cut you off, Isaiah, but if I see comments of people,
I hope
saying,
they
"I
see
do
this."
anyways, guess what? You're getting fucking banned. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. That's a good point.
Okay.
Hey, I'll do a solo episode.
Playing
for you
video
if
games
your
is
wife
fine,
ever
right?
lifts that restraining
Yeah.
order.
Well, we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So you're in the clear for now. Now, if I ever end up going to,
Oh my god.
I don't know, like Cabo, like if I go on a little vacation for myself, then
Oh my god.
then I would say,
What is happening on
could you
screen?
help me out while I go hit the jet skis at Cabo?
Mm-hmm.
Or you come with me and we do a creepcast on jet skis.
Creepcast on jet skis? How would that work?
Yeah, down in Cabo. I don't know. There's probably some kind of technology that we would use Apple headsets. It doesn't matter.
Jesus, that
But
boss fight
we
was
would-
so easy.
Happy.
Dude, this guy is OP as fuck.
Well, and let me ask you this before we get into it as well. Have you read this one? Or do you just know of it?
I think so. Happy was a bunch of parts that were uploaded, and I think it was Mr. Creepypasta or one of the old Creepypasta channels covered it way back in the day, but it was only like the first 20-30 minutes of
Does
it.
this guy
So I
increase
know
the
that.
amount of coins I get?
And from what I remember of that, I'm like, how is this several hours? How do you keep going? And
I feel like I'm
guess
getting more money.
We're about to find out.
Well, can you at least, why don't you do this then for a trigger warning? Is there anything that's bad? Is it bad? Bad?
What kind of bad?
I mean, that's already league. That's to me, that's already so many answers all in one. I guess just for me and general viewers right now, is this something that we should probably, should we discuss this now, right?
Content warning, you mean?
Yes.
I think Happy tries to make you kill yourself.
Okay, well, that's just the normal stuff like that. Then that's all.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
If an apple and a stick. What is the obsession with children and let me write a story about how you have to force to kill yourself. Why do you?
What's up with
because
that?
it ties into uncanny media, and it's like I have these weird memories of some show I watched as a kid. Because we all had a cartoon that we maybe saw a couple times, and then haven't really seen again or doesn't get brought up a lot when people talk about old cartoons and stuff. So it's like kind of preying on that nostalgia. And then the whole like kill yourself thing, I think comes from, it's an entirely self-centered like cause and effect, because there doesn't need to be some monster that shows up at your house. There doesn't need to be like adults in on it and stuff. It could just be a creepy TV show that gets kids to do it. And it's like, if the kid watches it, that could be all it takes. No one has to show up. There's no spirit or haunting or something like that.
Which also makes it more scary too, because you're like, well, obviously a monster's not going to come in, but I might see an episode of SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah. So it might be that creepy SpongeBob. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to hop in?
As I'd ever. So
Yeah. The creepypasta.
Let's go ahead and do it. I also, for a long time, confused Happy Appy with the apple from the Annoying Orange. Give you an idea of like when this stuff was coming out.
I was thinking of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just had to get that off my chest. All right.
I remember the Annoying Orange.
I am.
It's now or never.
Brain
All
rot.
right. Happy.
Before
Happy.
Brain was a thing.
The following are the entries of a blog that was constantly updated. The blog seems to talk about a show called Happy Appy. Don't worry, guys and gals. There are only 57 entries.
Oh my god.
God, this is gonna be such a long day. I'm so bummed.
This is gonna be the rest of our lives. Okay. February 23rd, 2011. Hello. I'll be writing on this blog because I'm researching a show called Happy Appy. One of the main reasons why I'm researching this show is because I've been fascinated with missing TV shows, episodes, and movies. Like most people who research missing episodes, I'm hell-bent on finding London After Midnight, the 108 missing Doctor Who episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And Him, the 1974
Doctor
film
Who.
where a man has a sexual obsession with Jesus.
I met
Even though I
Catherine
should
Kate
help the search
at
for any
Anime
fragment of the
Expo
missing episodes and films. I'm going
yesterday.
to research this one.
It's kind of
series for
crazy
now.
to see her in
Those
person.
I'm not sure about him, but
I
I know
love
there's
Doctor Who,
108
man.
missing Doctor Who episodes, and I know about London After Midnight and stuff like that. So this is also like early Lost media, 2011 time. So it's also preying on that idea and stuff. Blame it on Jorge viewers, eat your heart out. Another reason I want to research this show is because I had an experience with it around 2001. It was around 8 in the morning. My younger brother, who was 7, was watching a local station during its child TV My younger brother, who was 7, was watching a local station during its child TV show block. After it dubbed over Blue's Clues, it started to air a show called something in Russian or Happy Apple.
Okay.
I can barely remember the episode's plot, but it was about this apple who was trying to help a kid named Nathaniel. Felt sort of low budget.
Why is it always
Since my
that name?
brother liked the episode, I didn't mind him watching it. The only thing that made me dubious was this evil smile that the apple did in the middle of the episode. There's also like, you remember the little TV shows in 1999?
Yeah. At the little like snuff films or whatever.
Yeah, where it was like the finger puppets and like they had scissors and they were like pinching a kid and stuff like that. Yeah. From what I gathered, in the first weeks of Noggin's existence, this Happy Appy show began production. Its plot was about a giant clay apple with arms, baby blue eyes, and large dark green lips being held up by a bent, rusty stick. He would go around in a white 1996 Ford Windsor. Isn't that a van? Isn't that
it's a fucking van.
It's a pedo van.
It's gonna be a pedo van. Of course it's gonna be a pedo van.
Yep. Okay.
I love how specific that's 1990s. Yeah, the apple on a stick with a clay apple with arms is driving a 1996 Ford Windstar.
Gosh, this is a pedo van, isn't it? My word, man. He would go around in a white 1996 Ford Windstar, helping children when they got injured.
Oh my god.
As the show kept going, the episodes started to become more unusual. For one example, Happy Appy would often stare at the viewers of the show with a deranged smile.
All right, what I want you to do right now is I'm going to do it as well. Isaiah, I want you to look at your camera and smile at the viewer how you think Happy Appy is smiling.
Well, I can see the image, so I'm just going to mimic that where he's like...
Do you think you got a good one?
I don't know. My face looks like that.
While you're smiling, I'm going to feed you some lines. I just want you to say them.
Okay, hold on. Let me square up a bit. All right.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
You look hurt.
You look hurt.
Get in my 1996 Ford Windstar.
Get in my 1996 Ford Windstar.
There we go. You.
Happy.
I'm happy.
I could tell that was. I could tell that was just absolutely vile. I feel so bad.
I can't wait for. I'm really impressed you didn't try to get me to say a slur there or something like that. That took a lot of restraint.
No.
And I'm proud of you. So I also like how the show's just like it's an English show, but it was just in Russian because that makes it scarier, I guess.
Also, I did look up the Russian, and it just literally translates to "happy apple," but it's pronounced "Shoslizyev Yabloko."
Yeah, why not?
Gosh, it'd be so
Yabloko.
funny if as soon as you said that, you just got like hit with a missile or something.
Or it's "Счастливый Yabloko." That's how you say it.
Okay. Russian speakers confirm in the audience. It's also worth mentioning that the series slowly got more violent as the series progressed. Happy Appy was one of the shorter shows on Noggin, with every episode being 10 minutes long at the most.
Yep.
They played in duets, making each full episode 20 minutes long, minus commercials. A couple of months after Happy Appy aired its first episode, Nickelodeon canceled the show.
Nickelodeon.
And it was never shown again on
Oh,
Nickelodeon
no.
Junior. Even
The
the
Dan
much more
Schneider
appropriate
show.
episodes weren't shown for whatever reason. However, some parents did record the show. They were VHS copies. Of those said VHS copies, only a few survived through the years. Many of the tapes had been destroyed either due to neglect or disgust, or were simply misplaced and thrown out by accident.
Yep.
However, some copies of the show were reportedly stolen by a shadowy figure. I was one of the lucky people to own a copy of the episodes. Yesterday, when I did some winter cleaning, I found an old DVD with HA episodes written on it. I had a feeling that I knew this abbreviation from somewhere. Did some research on what the HA meant. My first choice was the forum about missing episodes or films that I normally go to. When I entered the missing episodes section on the forum, the first thread I saw was one named
AJ, what's this?
A woman posted the thread who had, like me, found a VHS with the initials HA on it. As I read the thread more, I found out that the initials on the disc stood for Happy Appy. This instantly reminded me of the weird low-budget show that I watched with my brother in 2000. In the replies, the users claim that there are no known DVD copies around. I'm not sure how the disc got there though. Certainly don't remember owning a disc that looked like it. After viewing the thread, I went ahead and put it into the disk drive, hoping that it would work. Thankfully,
very
this
good.
did work, and it instantly cut to the intros of the episodes. No menus or anything. Happy Appy's intro song had the same tune as Mary Had a Little Lamb and went something
Oh,
like this.
that's creepy.
Happy, happy,
Oh,
happy,
no.
app, happy, app, happy, app, happy,
I don't like that.
happy, happy, app. He helps kids all day. Happy, 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 app, happy, app,
Nope.
happy, app. Happy, 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 app. He helps kids all day. Happy, 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 app, happy, app, happy, app. Happy, 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 app. He helps kids all day.
That was awesome.
Creepy as fuck. Yeah.
Did you like that?
That was perfect. That was
Great.
wow.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. The just hearing the Meat Canyon sing the Happy Appy theme song. I think this is really a big moment.
happy,
You don't have to do it
happy,
again.
yap, happy, yap, happy, happy, yap.
Man, the creator must be so freaking happy right now.
It's just okay. Got it. Thank you.
Happy app.
Okay. All right. I forget I can't encourage you too much or you get into it and then it becomes like a cyclical thing.
This episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. When you're buying glasses, why does it always feel so complicated and overpriced? Plus, it's so hard to tell from one picture if the glasses are going to fit your face. This is why I'm obsessed with Warby Parker. Nothing comes close to Warby Parker on quality, price, selection, and customer service. With their virtual try-on feature, you can try on glasses before you buy with your phone. Simply by pointing your camera, you can try on tons of frames on your face in real time, letting you feel good about the choice you make. I got the Elio sunglasses in black walnut with green polarized lenses. You can get lenses in prescription, non-prescription, progressive, and even as readers. Right away, you can tell the difference in quality, and they have been the perfect partner for long drives and late night streams. So ditch your old unreliable glasses glasses and grab a pair from Warby Parker. Warby Parker gives you quality and better looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the going price. Our listeners are getting 15% off plus free shipping when they buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses at warbyparker.com/creepcast. That's 50% off when you buy 2 pairs of glasses at warbyparker.com/creepcast. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please show your support and tell them that we sent you. Thank you so much to Warby Parker for sponsoring this episode. Now back to the episode. This episode is sponsored by Tushy. Greatness begins where toilet paper ends. Tushy is the luxury bidet that your bathroom has been missing. Enjoy daily decadence with practical benefits when you use Tushy. Using Tushy gives you 2-in-1 benefits, reducing irritation, preventing micro tears while using less toilet paper. It means less blood in your tissue paper from you wiping your ass too much, you sick fucks. It's cleaner, healthier, and now part of the beautiful daily routine. Things can get pretty messy in our bathrooms, and that's why I use Tushy. I love using Tushy because it reduces large clumps of toilet paper we use, which is gross and it's honestly pretty wasteful. By making the switch, Tushy helps us use up to 80% less toilet paper. And less toilet paper means less clogged toilets and less gross bathroom experiences with bloody fucking shitty paper in my toilet. The other thing that I really like about Tushy is that it's really easy to use. We've installed them in the office and each bathroom in my house. You can get a Tushy bidet on in about 10 minutes or less with no power tools needed. Restore balance to your bathroom and get the luxury bidet everyone is talking about, Tushy. Number 2 is Tushy's thing. Go take care of number 1, which is with yourself. Just want to clarify that. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when they use code CREEPCAST at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code CREEPCAST. Thank you to Tushy for sponsoring our episode.
Yeah, they need to stop letting Hunter read their fucking ads.
Happy's Vacation and Hurt Happy, respectively. Happy's Vacation was exactly what you'd expect. Happy goes on a vacation to the beach, heals injured kids, and even talks down a bully into not hurting a child. Hurt Happy was about Happy's stick getting broken and the kids teaming up to help Happy by giving him bandages and fruit. Nothing seemed out of place when I first saw it, but when I saw it a second time, the episodes looked questionably odd, as opposed to non-questionably odd. Also, isn't giving
just like iCarly
fruit like weird cannibalism thing?
Yeah, well, first off, I like that it's like Happy is Jesus. First off,
what?
And then also he's I like how he's like talking down a bully to not beat up a kid. It's like, dude, Tyler, don't fucking hit him. It's pretty much happening there. And then they're feeding him grapes and other apples. And that has to be cannibalism.
Yeah, I think so. When Happy was driving his van to the beach in Happy's Vacation, a few seconds skipped. At first, I ignored it, saying that it could be a scratched DVD. But when I checked the disc, it had no scratches on it whatsoever. Also, during the fruit scene in Hurt Happy, the kids gave him an apple for whatever reason. It could have been a mistake by the producers, though. No, that is cannibalism, and they called it.
Yeah,
it's got to be. Yeah,
I imagine the skips are going to come back later. I feel after reading the part about him in the van, I feel like someone made this into like they made visuals for this. Like maybe the first few episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, Happy episodes in order. Someone made a bunch of these. I don't know if it's like by the creator.
Oh, that's cool.
But I look over and I see Happy lighter, and it's just Happy holding like a cigarette lighter.
That looks so creepy. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there's an entire series for these things. Finally, I noticed some things in Hurt Happy that looked out of place. In Happy's van during the intro of Happy's Vacation, there was what looked like the border of the Hope poster. But it was so out of frame that could have been something else. What is the Hope poster?
Isn't that Obama's poster?
There's no way, right?
I'm getting messages.
Isn't it Hope?
I know the Hope and Change one. Is that what it is? This Happy poster
I'm pretty sure.
Obama.
I'm pretty sure Happy has the Obama Hope poster.
Oh gosh. Okay. At the end of Hurt Happy, there's a news broadcast about a 9.0 earthquake that recently struck Japan. Happy responded,
Oh, no! If you want to help the Japanese, call this number!
And a 1-800 number appeared. I thought those were just coincidental. Well, I was wrong. Episodes 3 and 4 were stranger. The intros of these 2 episodes were removed, but I found out that episode's 4 name was Nate Needs Help. This stuck out to me because this was the very same episode I saw with my brother, but in English. Episodes 3 and 4 were missing in a few scenes, and overall, more disturbing than the first 2. On episode 3, near the 5:10 mark, is when Happy Appy does his first evil smile for
stupid
25
fuck.
seconds.
Oh my god.
A scene that could send chills down anyone's spine was the boo-boo part in Nate Needs Help.
Oh god.
Happy aids Nate, who has a bruise on his knee. He looks to the camera, giving off the same evil smile that I remember from 2000, and says,
What does Nate need for his boo-boo?
that voice is so perfect.
It sounds like
That
a little
is a
apple,
home
right?
run down the plate.
What is this? What does Nate need for this boo-boo?
For 30 seconds, he stared at the camera, motionless, with his soulless baby blue eyes locking on to anyone watching. Finally, he broke the silence by saying,
That's right! A bandage!
Why did he need that long to speak? I will never know. Also, the out-of-place objects were getting more noticeable. In Nate Needs Help, the radio plays what sounds like a country cover of Hot and Cold, which was made in 2008 and very out of place for a kid's show. Would it be? A cover of
Wow.
a Katy Perry song? Is that super out of place for a kid's show?
Wow. Okay, first
Entry
off, that
one.
was the first blog. That was the first blog entry of 57
Only,
entries.
only
by the way,
56 to go, buddy.
only 56 to go. I will say, how could you possibly elaborate more on top of this?
I remember I think I remember another couple that were in the same format, and that's all I remember. So I don't know how they get 50 out of this, but
We're about to find
we're about to find out. I mean, to the end of the line, we're about to find out. February 24th, I watched episode 5, which had a few differences from the first 4 episodes. Firstly, it had Happy on a rustless but still bent stick. Secondly, this episode was somewhat disturbing. The theme song played, and the name of the episode is revealed as Monkey Bar Mishap. It started with Happy Appy in his van driving to the playground when he sees a kid crying near some monkey bars. Once he parks the van and goes to the monkey bars, Happy finds out that the kid had fallen off of them, cutting his little finger open. Happy Appy said,
What does Jake need to heal with, kids?
he gave off his evil smile at the screen for a couple of minutes, enough time to read a page of a book, preferably the Bible, to him. What?
Preferably the Bible to him. So I guess he's saying he wants the. I prefer if you read the Bible.
The author's saying that, like the person making the blog entry.
Mm.
Okay, I thought it was saying that like there's a Bible in there, but no, I think the person who's writing this was just like, he waited a long time, long enough to read the Bible.
Oh, I see.
And this has been going on a while, so I should start reading the Bible. Amen. Like Nate Needs Help, his soulless baby blue eyes watched over anyone in the room like Big Brother. He said,
That's right!
Happy puts a bandage on Jake's finger. After getting hugged by Jake, Happy drives away in his van. It skipped to episode 6, which had a better chance of being aired on Wonder Shows than Nick Jr. What is this with the reference? And the like bringing up stuff midway through. There's Hot Cold by Katy Perry. Doesn't belong on Kids Show. Heck, this would be better seen on Wonder Shows than Nick Jr. What is Wonder Shows in?
I'm not sure. I thought it was like a comedy sketch thing.
Wonder Shows in is an American adult puppet black comedy television series created by blah 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 for MTV. Okay, so it's a cartoon that's supposed to look like a little kid show, but it's like an MTV like cartoon.
Yeah.
So the kind of thing that you would make, I think, Hunter.
No.
Yep.
I don't know.
It's so that's a crazy reference to pull. Be like, it was better opportunity shown on Wonder Shows, and then I guess maybe. Okay, hold on. To make this a bit less rough, maybe we're being a little harsh right now. Maybe we're supposed to be in the mindset that this is someone who frequents 2011 Lost Media boards, and this is supposed to look like a Lost Media post. So it makes sense that they reference obscure media, right?
I don't think it's even obscure. I mean, I've heard of Wonder Shows.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just dumb.
Yeah,
I'm probably just dumb.
it's probably just an older person thing.
Yeah, it's probably before my time. And considering the average age of our viewers, like 13, before their time too, if I had to guess. So, in the episode called "Never Run with Knives," a kid was running with a knife facing up. The knife was clearly a rubber prop because the blade was flopping around a lot. The kid got cut and held his hand over the wound, crying. As blood began to come out of the kid's wound, Happy parked his van, gave a normal smile, and said,
Hey kids! He shouldn't have carried the knife facing up while running.
however, he did heal him by putting a bandage over the wound. The kid hugged Happy and he said,
Remember, kids, never run with knives facing up, or scissors for that matter. Always walk with knives and scissors facing down.
Happy took the kid to his van, drives off, and the credits played.
Jesus. Okay. It's a literal child abduction.
Happy is a pedophile. However, after the credits roll, the episode takes a very disturbing turn when Happy comes back in his van, the kid missing, and says,
Hey kids, if you find me in my van, just talk to me and I'll take you away.
Just talk to me and I'll take you away. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. just the vagueness of that. Being like,
Why would anyone
"Hey,
willingly want
if
to
you
go
ever
with them?
If you ever talk to me, it's game over. It's happening.
That's a door wide open. If you talk to me,
That's consent. According to the state of Idaho, that's consent.
open invitation.
Episode 7 began with Happy on the playground, but he wasn't playing with the kids or helping them. He was just staring at them. That unsettling smile I hate so much. A group of kids are playing with jump ropes when Happy walks over to them. He calmly tells them something, but I could barely hear what he said. From what I heard, I could only make out,
Hello, Happy, me, please?
as the kids walk with Happy into the bushes of the playground. Loud, violent screams are heard for almost a minute and a half until Happy begins to drag 3 bloody bodies to his van.
God.
I like how it goes from like, there's kind of a subtle implication of like he stares at the screen weird, or like there's weird smiles and like pregnant pauses. And then it's like he kills 3 kids and you can hear it and see the bodies, like just straight to the top all at once.
Of course, you have to just kind of get there. You know, it's an older story, so you have to get there.
I mean, you lose people's attention otherwise, so.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. For the rest of the episode, he does that damn death smile. Why did they use that look so much? It was almost like he could climb out of your TV, grab you, and murder you slowly and painfully with a rusty knife, but he couldn't. But he couldn't. So therefore, I don't have to worry about the cartoon character stabbing me with a painfully rusty knife. I moved on to episode 8 and 9. This time, the episodes were so violent and shoddy that they couldn't have aired on Noggin at all. Okay, so the previous one of the kids being murdered, that one could have, but not.
Well, yeah,
not
yeah.
now.
That's him basically just coming up and smiling, whatever. So now they can't, or like now it's gotten too real. They would never air these.
Yeah, now they're too good at what they're doing.
Right.
Episode 8 had Happy Appy take a kid into his van. For half the episode, flesh cutting could be heard, and so could loud screaming, which turned into gurgles. As the scene progressed, blood splatters on the windows began to appear. Eventually, Happy emerged from the van and did a death smile until the end of the show. Like episode 8 and 9. Oh, like episode 8. Episode 9 was gory and violent. But this episode was so coincidental and violent that I couldn't believe Noggin would even allow it. Unless it was some sort of hijacking.
Right.
It
Which
starts-
makes sense.
Unless, of course, it was a hijacking, in which case I could see it being allowed, as they would not have a say in what was allowed on the air. It starts out with Happy Appy walking around the playground when 2 kids ask him what the cycle of life is, so they could complete their homework. He proceeds to tell the kids about the cycle of life in frogs and plants. The kids said,
Thanks, Happy. Can you play with us for a bit?
Happy agrees, and they start playing on the playground. When this happens, smoke starts to creep behind Happy and the children. It gets to a point where they start coughing because of how dense the smoke is. So they turn around to see what was making smoke. Happy gasps at the side in front of them. 2 towers were on fire and were burning up.
Oh my God. Oh my god. Happy Appy is doing a 9/11 meme.
Oh, good morning. Vietnam. All right, this is what I live for. This is it.
Also, I think that I want to say right now that I think that it is insinuating that Happy Appy caused 9/11.
I think the idea is that Happy Appy is in bed with the Taliban and Al Qaeda, was responsible
They do love apples.
for the radicalization of Islamic fighters in the Middle East against the United States. Oh, all right, here we go. This is, let's go, lock in. 2 towers were on fire and were burning up. A few people are falling out of windows to escape the fire. There was a lot of screaming, falling debris, and a crashed airplane in one of the towers. Only the tail of the plane was visible, which was nearing the point of collapse. I could hear a faint whining noise at this point, and I think that it was the plane's engine, which was probably still on. 7 seconds later, the tail of the plane finally broke apart, with the largest piece of the tail hitting and killing someone. During this scene, fire trucks could be heard trying to douse out the flames, but it only slows the flames down. The wailing of ambulances could also be heard, taking away the bodies of the people who jumped from the towers. It showed a weird guy on fire falling out of one of the towers, screaming. Happy and the kids are seen again, but this time they stood still in fear. The smoke kept getting thicker and thicker, slowly obscuring the trees and equipment of the playground. The debris from the towers fell around the kids and Happy, and a person ran up to them and told them to run away from the towers before running off. When the older kids worriedly said,
Happy, Happy? Why are the towers on fire?
that line sounds
This is so inappropriate. It's unbelievable.
This sounds like a line you would say making fun of Happy Appy. Like you would just you'd be freeballing it and you would go, Happy, why are the towers on fire? And like, this is something in the series. This is something that's beyond parody. Also, like, just like the idea of Happy and the kids are playing next to the World Trade Center as it's burning, and they're like still trying to play through the smoke until they're like obnoxiously coughing and they have to stop. And then they notice the towers, and then they see like, I like the way someone who fell out of the tower on fire is described as a weird guy. That's a really brutal way to say that.
Happy Appy, you are ruthless.
It'd be even funnier if Happy in a second's like, so there's actually not a plane in there, and you can see there's rigged explosives around the base of the towers.
God. Good Lord.
Oh, it cuts to a higher up floor that was near where the plane crashed, which revealed a kid that was under a huge piece of concrete crying for help.
All right.
Some other kid, the way you said, all right.
Right.
Some other kids tried to help him by lifting the piece of concrete off him. He was screaming so loud it was almost heartbreaking. There were bodies and blood everywhere, and the pain and fear on the trapped kid's face was so realistic, I cringed. After the shot with the kid trapped under the concrete, the younger kid turns to the side and says,
Happy, Happy? Why are people running and falling from the towers?
Happy Happy turns to the camera, death smile on his face, and very coldly said 3 words. Those 3 words will haunt me as long as I research this show.
That's natural, children.
He took the 2 kids away from the towers, leaving the kids stuck under concrete screaming for help. When the credits rolled, the audio of the scene kept playing, and at the end, before the video cuts out, something collapsed, making a very loud noise that could scare anyone watching. I jumped out of my seat. Was Happy a deathbringer in the form of an apple, or was he a master predictor? If that episode somehow predicted 9/11, I have to watch episodes 10 and 11, see if there was anything else predicted. I might not see any predictions though, and honestly, I hope not. Oh, and you want to know what happens when someone calls the tsunami aid phone number? Tomorrow, I'm going to go and call it.
My God, Isaiah.
Yeah.
We are in post 2
56.
and they've already
left,
and they've
or
already
55.
they have already said that Happy Appy caused 9/11. Are we plowing all the way through this?
What do you mean? Are we planned all the way through it? Yeah, that's the job.
I was hoping that you'd be like, Connor, no.
Are we plowing all the way through this? Like me and you didn't sit here in the trenches of My Best Friend Ruined My Life for 6 hours. Yeah,
you know what? At least my best friend ruined my life. It took a little bit. He was insufferable, but
the difference
in
is
Entry 2, he didn't take down the 2 towers.
The difference is in My Best Friend Ruined My Life, most of the humor came from our elaboration of it, right? Where it's like, this is so cringe, this is over the top, like the story. The elements of it were weird, but they were weird enough and mostly cringe enough that we could make jokes out of it. This one, Happy to 9/11 in part 2. We couldn't
how could it possibly get bigger?
Yeah, if me and you were riffing, it would have taken us at least 30 minutes to get there. I think we could have got there, me and you, happy to 9/11. I think that one would be in the cards. But it'd take a lot longer in the recording, I think. But we are do you think we're capable of a happy to 9/11? I think we have it in us.
I hope not. I hope it's not possible.
Okay. Mr. Virtuous over here, Mr.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one to talk, I know, but still, I have to have some semblance of pride.
When one of the lines I see most quoted from the Cupcakes, the My Little Pony video, is right in the beginning when you said, Rainbow Dash, I've got a bomb and a gun, I'm gonna blow up the bank. I think happy to 9/11 is well in your purview.
We could probably get there.
Okay,
right, that's true. That's fair.
February 25th. Hey, I called the 1-800 hotline mentioned on episode 3. It was a pre-recording, which I will transcribe for you.
Hello! My name is Happy. I'm every kid's most helpful and favorite apple. If you want to make a donation, press 1. If you want to know about the earthquake, press 2.
When I pressed 2, the hotline said this.
An earthquake and tsunami has recently hit Japan. We need all the help we can get. If you can make a donation of 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, or $100, you will be a big help. Anyone who donates gets a happy badge.
So I went ahead and donated $1 to the donation for the fun of it by using an outdated bank account that I never used. It responded.
Thank you for helping with the aid for the tsunami. Look in your mailbox in a week from now because you'll get your happy badge.
I'm wondering what earthquake Happy predicted. Between 1999 and the current day, there were no 9.0 earthquakes in Japan. Since the 2003 Hokkaido earthquake was pretty close to when the episode was released, as well as the magnitude mentioned in the radio broadcast, I guess he was predicting about that.
I guess so.
Oh boy. February 27th. Episode 10 was corrupt, to say the least. Started up, but it had no audio, and the first part was so badly compressed that it was hardly viewable. The next part was just plain static for the rest of the video.
Great. A missing episode.
I thought. Episode 11, called Happy's Trick, was actually watchable. The intro was just some weird offbeat carnival music, with Happy doing his death smile at the camera. The episode began with him in his van, driving on a winding road. As the episode went on, scars started to appear on his body. Eventually, Happy reached the playground where many children were at play. He jumped out, looking like he was ready to abduct all of them, and said,
Hey kids! Who wants to see Happy do a magic trick?
Like brainwashed zombies, the kids cheered and ran into his van. Happy closes the door and drives away from the playground. After a few minutes, the van came back and the side door opened, revealing a motionless and expressionless Happy covered in blood. I couldn't take it anymore. Happy was making me feel extremely nauseous for some reason. For some reason, no way of knowing why. So I skipped to the end of the episode. From what I saw, the rest of the episode was him watching TV and reading the news, with random zoom-ins at the newspaper. Why though? I'm guessing that there are predictions like episode 9, but after that episode, I'm not going back and read them. There was a very brief scene where Happy began to stab a kid, but it quickly cuts out to Happy watching a scene on his TV where the inside of a space shuttle catches on fire. Why the hell does the show keep showing scenes very reminiscent of future disasters? Once I'd got to the end of the episode, Happy was holding a knife covered with blood. The camera began to pan down to a table which had a hand with cut marks laying on it. What was probably the most unusual thing about this episode happened after this scene. After a few seconds of the credits play, very suddenly cut to a black screen with text that said,
If you get these DVDs, I copy the show over to them from whatever master tapes I could find. I would have preserved this show so that the last few episodes weren't lost forever. Now you might be wondering one thing. How did Nickelodeon air all of those episodes? I don't know. They just did. That's what. If you want to know more about the show, including its fate, see me, KC.
Thankfully, I had a good grasp on whom KC most likely was. Kevin Seward Christensen, a friend of mine. It wouldn't be out of the question. When I first met him, he did mention something about working on Nickelodeon until the end of the millennium. Wanting to learn more about the show's fate, I went over to his house. What happened when I got there was, to put it bluntly, odd.
Also, you have it be your friend, because it's like Marble Hornets, where he's picturing it's like this gives him an opportunity to go to his friend's house and then do like an exposition dump and then get him involved. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Otherwise,
yeah.
it's like it's a kid thing.
Well, it's also like, keep in mind, this is like a lost media that this person's found. And it's
Right.
like, it so happens that you're friends with the person whose initials is at the end of the lost media. That's convenient. Yeah.
Well, who knows?
To put it bluntly, it was odd. It was odd. I'll just say, to put it bluntly, it was odd. When I got to his house and rang the doorbell, nobody responded. The door wasn't locked, so I decided to come in the house and see what was going on. I heard a middle-aged woman crying upstairs, so I ran across the living room and up the stairs to see what was going on. I opened the door of a friend I haven't seen in years and heard a woman crying, so I quickly rushed into his house to see why she was crying. Kevin's wife was in their bedroom, crying at a framed portrait of them together. Cried at a portrait of them. I asked her what had happened to Kevin, and she replied with a very odd answer.
Last night, someone or something took him away from his sleep. The police are trying to look for him, but they've come up with nothing as usual. They've questioned me and searched our house for any evidence, but there's none except for this scrap of paper.
She reached into her pocket and pulled out a folded piece of paper. I unfolded it, and it revealed itself to be a low-quality photograph of the scarred Happy Appy during the natural scene. While I was at their house, I asked her how those episodes had managed to get aired on Noggin.
This man had drugged the producers. He was going to...
He drugged the producers.
A claymation apple with big green lips drugged the producers.
Nickelodeon.
Put Yopo or whatever, blew that dusty that turns you into a zombie where like people go and they can take money out of your account. He's like, you're going to air these episodes.
You're going to air all of these episodes and no one's ever going to catch me.
Deliciously evil.
They have there's a police lineup with the producers where it's like, all right, which one of these guys drugged you? And it's like 4 normal adult men and then Happy Appy.
Yeah, what is this? What for what?
There's an attorney over the shoulder, like you got to find more apples. You got to find more apples, or this is an unfair lineup. It's too distinct. Stands out too much. She only managed to say that much before bursting into tears. I could only think that whoever that man was had kidnapped Kevin on the 26th. After comforting her, I left the Christensen household and walked off. Once I started to get near my house, I was startled by the noise of a gunshot nearby.
Uh-oh.
I instantly ran to my house, fearing that whoever kidnapped Kevin and killed his wife was trying to chase after me. Before I closed the door, I took one last glimpse at the bushes on the other side of the street. In one of them was a mutilated arm with an unknown figure standing behind it. Okay, so he gets to the end of the Happy Appy tapes and he finds a note from his friend, goes to his friend's house. His friend's been kidnapped. He goes back home and he hears a gunshot and sees an arm in a bush.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't he?
That is, well, exactly.
And he
Why wouldn't
continues to upload this to Lost Media website or whatever, or creepypasta.com.
Also,
instead of the
at
police.
at the time, this thing had to have been so popular.
Oh,
Like people were probably
Happy-
begging for the new releases.
Well, I think Happy Appy was like, I mean, people like, okay, I say a lot that like we just consume slop, right? And kids, the youngest people did, but I think me and a lot of people were even at a point where we're like, all right, maybe it's a little much. Because I remember Happy Appy being in a bunch of like the Lost Media, like disturbing cartoons. Like I made a joke about Blame It on Jorge earlier. Pretty sure he covered it. I know that like Tats Top Videos and a lot of those early like creepypasta YouTubers did and stuff like that. So people talked about it a lot and everyone read it, but I don't think a lot of people considered it good unless they were younger.
Okay.
I don't think. I could be wrong, but I think it was more so just like oh yeah, well, you know, it's the Apple cartoon. And also the image of it went a long way because there were a bunch of people who saw just that image, like the one at the title at the start of this video or the start of the story. And that was like, oh, that's kind of creepy. And I think that's where most of its staying power came from.
All right, I believe we are on March 3rd, right?
Yes, we're on March 3rd.
March
3rd.
So far, within the first couple posts, Happy Appy has done 9/11. That is that is not something that I thought would ever.
Are you trying to make it? Are you trying to make it look like we didn't cut for a day?
No.
And then come back and
I'm going to
record?
tell you right now. People already see that I'm in.
Right.
I have tiny glasses. I was dying, so then we
Mhm.
stopped. Now we're continuing this back up because I didn't realize it was going to be such a thick boy. But
I also think that it's better that way because you didn't give me the reaction from Happy Appy caused 9/11 that I wanted. I feel like,
and I am
when we got to that part in the story and you weren't like flipping out over it, I was a little disappointed. I'll be honest.
Well, do you want should we re-record it, or what do you want to do? I at least did that. I did that.
We're not re-recording. This is all
happy.
But I heard you dying through that. I heard like your soul leave your body during it because if you were at your 100, you would have used that to annoy me way more. You would have dragged that out another minute or so.
I will say, I have been flashbanged so much by so many stories now that I feel like maybe it takes a lot. I will say I think that it was my soul left my body a little bit, but in a way where I was like what? Like it was a different kind of shell shock, I would say, to hearing that this claymation Apple or whatever that drives a 1996 Ford White Windstar caused a terrorist attack, which is so early on in the story. Now the problem here, Isaiah, that I'm going to see is I feel like it's going to do nothing but go downhill though. Like there's no way we'll be able to reach that high again.
I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I mean, there's got to be something in here, right?
Well, there definitely is something. I mean, there's a whole year's worth of post.
The important thing is I need you and your Morpheus glasses to lock in and to be adequately in as absurd and as part of this insane story as I am. Because if Happy Appy commits another terrorist attack, I need you here for that one.
If he commits a second terrorist attack, then he should be on some kind of list. If he's not already on some kind of list.
Well, I think you're automatically on the list for one terrorist attack.
You would hope so.
I don't think you have to do a second one. So
March 3rd?
All right. March 3rd. Hey, I wanted to know if anyone has any recordings of a Happy Appy episode. If you do, please send me an email containing video of it. You might wonder why I'm asking this. Well, I found my disc in pieces on my desk. And no, I did not save the videos to my laptop. Oddly, the way it was broken was almost like a claw had slashed the disc into thirds. The paper with Happy Appy on it was nearby, with writing that said,
"No more evidence now, huh?"
I wonder who was angry enough to destroy my disc.
I do like that Happy Appy. He breaks into your house and he's like destroys the evidence and it leaves you a note. leaves you a note. I guess you got no more evidence.
The way he's like a claw slash a children's character saying the word evidence is funny.
Evidence.
But there's also like it's slashed into thirds like a claw. Does he have like a Wolverine hand or something?
I think it's just his. He's just his tiny humanoid hand is so magical as it is. Or he used his own stick and broke it up.
Oh,
He did like a little
of course.
Yoshimitsu hop on it. You know what I mean?
Why didn't I think of that? Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. Oh boy. March 4th. The badge finally came in the mail today. It came in a small box that had, interestingly enough, a timestamp from 2000. I could only guess that Nickelodeon still had some left over from when the show was still popular. When I opened the box and dumped out the contents, the badge came rolling out, with a letter attached to it. The badge was made of plastic, had a silver bronze color, and depicted Happy Appy with a smile. On the back, Happy Appy Helper Badge was imprinted in stereotypical army font. The letter had the following written on it. What does it mean, stereotypical army font?
I looked up too. I was like
bold text?
like, what? Yeah, I'm guessing it's the thing where you know, like whenever a movie starts, it's like. I wonder if it's like that, like if it's just a typewriter font
like
or something.
Like
or is it the army? It's like has
the
like
stamp.
Yeah,
the stamp
yeah.
stuff. Oh, okay. I guess.
All right. To my friend, you have helped us help the Japanese. Of course. Let me introduce myself. Unarguably, you have heard of me on Noggin. I can't understand what I'm saying? Well, I'll give you the answer. Happy, 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 app. Happy, app. Happy, app. Happy, happy, app. He helps kids all day. Or happy, app. Happy, app. What the fuck can I think of? Happy,
It's
happy,
Mary
happy,
Had a
app.
Little Lamb.
Happy, app. Happy, app. Happy, 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 happy helps kids all day. Now, where do I begin with this gift? Today, I have given you a nice badge, right from the old playground. How did I get these, you ask? Running across the playground, I tripped on a rock. I fell down, but I noticed the ground was uneven. Undoubtedly, something was buried. So I dug the ground. And I found a crate filled with these badges. Now it's time to be off. Watch Noggin at 8:30 a.m. CST to see my new adventures. Love, happy, happy. Also, I'm going to say this. At first, when he said, you have helped me help the Japanese, and he says, can't understand what I'm saying? I thought he was talking to a Japanese guy, and he was like, do you not speak English?
Yeah, he just switches to Japanese for the rest of the letter.
Yeah. Watashi wa.
The line, the reason I wanted to make sure you were reading it in that voice is because I saw the sentence, you have helped us help the Japanese.
You have helped us help the Japanese.
That sounds like it's something that like General MacArthur would say after the war. Like it's not a line for a kid's character to say. You have helped us help the Japanese, but it's coming from Happy Appy. Oh my gosh. If there was an official Happy Appy adaptation or like the creator made one, would you voice act?
If I was asked, without a hesitation, I would do it.
Excellent. Perfect. Because now I can't separate this voice from that stupid apple on the stick. Also, 8:30 a.m. is like 8:30 CST, mind you.
Yep.
So like 7:30, 6:30 other time zones. That is like the most cancerous time to be a children's television network.
Wake up! Yeah, I know exactly. It's like, which I'm guessing, I think that it's supposed to be doing that because it's like this is when kids are getting ready for school.
Yeah. I checked the back for anything interesting. What I found instead were these 2 lines of gibberish. It's 2 lines of letters and says, I don't even know what they are. Sorry, there's an exclamation point. I don't even know what they are. I checked the back for anything interesting, as if a cartoon apple didn't just write you a letter thanking you for helping the Japanese. I wonder if there's anything. That wasn't cool enough.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with this tribute.
Is it worth putting this through a Cypher translator? I mean, we don't. We can just. I'm sure it'll be.
Oh,
revealed
okay.
to
So
us later.
also for people, it's we'll put it on the screen, but it is just I don't like maybe 24, like 2 lines of like 12 to 24 letters of random shit.
It's
There's a couple of cues in there. I don't think it's anything, but I don't.
yeah.
The mystery.
It could be a shift. It could be it's not a cesarean because there's like, well, maybe a cesarean. I don't know. You know what? At another time, maybe I would care, right? But right now, wait, actually, hold on. There's this one's claims they'll solve it.
All right, so there's a thing here. It says this one's real simple. It's just regular veneer cipher, no alphabet keys or auto keys, or whatever. It says hello there. My name is Forensic. That's what the first one is.
My name is Forensic.
My name is My name is Forensic. That's what it says. As it says, and then the second one I think says, "I hope to kill you in the future, Mr. Jurism, Mr. Jurism." That's what it says. That's the second one. I hope to kill you in the future, Mr. Jurism.
My name is Forensic. I hope to kill you.
That's what it's. That's at the
an apple on the back of the letter where you get a badge for helping the Japanese says, "I hope I can kill you in the future." What was the band of 1998 Daystar? You see, you're in your house, and you look out the window at 8:30 a.m. and you look and you see that Daystar pulling into the driveway. You're like, oh my god,
oh no,
it's time. Oh man, whatever translator I found is absolutely useless because it's like it could be chemical symbols, and it's like sulfur, carbon, carbon, uranium, carbon. Like, no, I don't think that's it. All right. Now we got that out of the way. March 5th. Today I got an email from a man who claimed to be a user on WikiLeaks. He had heard about my research on Happy App. Julian Assange was being wanted for extradition to the U.S. because he knew about Happy Happy. Oh, so he tried to find any documents related to the show. He did find one, which told employees at Nickelodeon to never air certain TV shows or movies. After browsing through a massive description of Crybaby Lane and other shows, I found this block of text in the middle of the document.
One show, originally named Happy Happy, was canceled due to excessive violence and gore, which is funny that, like, as if the people that are running this program don't see it. They're like, oh my God, when did we upload this? One show, originally named Happy Happy, was canceled due to excessive violence and gore. The show depicted a personified apple named Happy Happy that taught kids how to handle certain injuries, and on an episode called Hurt Happy, teamwork. On their last and only 8th episode, only an hour had passed when Noggin began to remove all traces of the show. Children who had watched the show's final aired episode allegedly obtained symptoms of nausea and sleep deprivation. A 2003 report says the episode seemed to depict explicit imagery of September 11th terrorist attacks, even though the episode aired in 1999. What? Oh. In the last episode of Happy Happy, 2 years before the towers fell, they gave you a prophecy of what was going to happen.
That's what the 9/11 one was.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
well, that's what I mean, though, is I didn't know that it was in 1999 when he showed that. I thought that he was just the proponent.
No. Yeah, it was a prediction.
Oh, I see.
It was a prediction of 9/11. Yeah, it was before. That's why it's so creepy, Hunter.
That is creepy.
It was before. And then great response from our author here, or our narrator. I'm getting a lot more dubious about this show.
Me too.
Okay, so the next one, there's a break between March 5th to June 1st, like 3 months later. And then it picks up on June 1st by saying, first off, yes, I know that Happy Happy might have predicted that recent earthquake and tsunami, so stop sending me emails about it. To To put it, anytime there's an exclamation point, it's like, what are we doing? To put it short, I'm back. Since my job involves working as a detective in the police department, I had to take a hiatus from this blog so I could get paid.
I love since my job
awesome.
involves working as a detective in the police department
In the police department.
versus other areas where
I know
detectives
you
are.
may think I'm a detective outside of the police department,
but since my
I'm a
job is that,
detective
and I
in
had
the
to
police
stop this
department.
blog so I could get paid, okay?
And I had to
And
stop this hiatus so I could get paid.
emailing me.
I also like the idea of like a detective, like a homicide detective goes home and then uses his free time to post about lost Nick Jr.
Yeah,
noggin
well, that's
shows.
common. That's common now.
Yeah.
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 You know, and ironically, there probably is a bunch of like people who, like, I got a cousin who's a cop and he liked my Five Nights at Freddy's video. So I guess there's a cop who knows about Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
and he's going to start doing his own Five Nights at Freddy videos in his free time, but only when he doesn't need to get paid.
Right, when he doesn't need to get paid. That's right. During this period, there were some trials involving the murder of Kevin Christensen. However, they came to an abrupt halt when the army found they disappeared one day. Oh, when the arm?
Army. Oh, no, it's the
What?
arm.
Oh, the arm in the bush. That's right. Yeah. However, they came to an abrupt halt when the arm they found disappeared one day. I bet that Shadow Man. What? Hold on. What? What are we doing? Okay. During the period when he wasn't posting, there were trials involving the murder of Kevin Christensen.
Right.
That was the guy who he knew, right?
Yeah.
Who the wife, but it was never addressed until now that he's dead, right?
I guess.
Because last we heard, he went and comforted his wife for some reason. And it's like, don't worry, I'll find him. And then this is the first thing we see.
Right.
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 Okay. After he heard a gunshot and saw the arm and all that. So he's dead. I bet that Shadow Man stole the arm. Anyway, I was looking up Happy Appy on YouTube today when I found a video that said Kevin Christensen interview, audio only. So I watched it. Here's a transcript. Are you Kevin Christensen? That's such a funny way to start a celebrity interview. Are you this person? Are you Kevin Christensen?
Yes.
So are you the one who worked on Happy Appy's clay model?
Yes.
How did you get the job for Happy Appy?
I just graduated from an art college in late 1998. I heard